Hey guys, I got a lot of people asking me about the military when I was young, and I already said a story or two, but I think I'll tell you what happened when I was 19 years old. Back then, there was a draft. You got drafted. Originally, I was arrested. My lawyers found a way to get me out of this case. There was a law back then, away with minor treatment. The war was on. So I pled to that I would go into the military. The judge dropped the case. But I didn't go in the military. He says, well, you did that with the judge. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going. In 1964, I got a notice to go down to take the physical and all of this stuff. It used to work like this. It used to work, you went down, you took a physical, they took measurements of you, they did all kinds of questions and questionnaires you had to fill out. They let you go home, and then they sent you a final notice of draft. So I got that first notice. I didn't think anything of it. I went down. It was the law. I was getting drafted. It was the process. So I went down. I says, I'll take the physical. I'll do all that stuff, and it's fine. I was 19 years old. I went down, and I did the physical. I did everything. Towards the end of the day, it was a fairly long day. They fed you while there, lunch and a whole bunch of things. And they took us into a big auditorium. Back then, the Vietnam War was raging. And I think they were starting to get desperate for more men. In this auditorium, they got up on the stand and they said, all of you guys today, you're drafted. People with 4F, they didn't pass the physical or whatever, they let them leave. It says, as of today, you're not going home, you're going to a military base, you're drafted. There was a lot of rumbling in all the guys, whoa, I want to go, I got to go home. Some guys came out with suits. They were FBI agents. If you don't agree to be drafted today, it's the law. You will be arrested by these FBI agents. I thought about it. And I said, it's insane for me just to say no and get arrested and have another case. I've been arrested a couple of times already in my life. I didn't see the point of it. I said, okay, I'll get drafted. Fort Dix is right over the border in Jersey. I'll get in my car, drive back and forth, and I'm thinking I'm going to do all these things. So we are sitting with different places and sergeants, and you would call your family and tell them you're not coming home. So I call my mother and I tell her, I'm not coming home. I'm drafted today. Wherever I go, I'll be in touch with you. On the weekends, they said you can go home. So I'm right here in Jersey. I'll be coming in and out. When I called my mom and told her I wasn't coming home, I'm drafted, she didn't buy it. Get home, you bum, get home. She didn't buy it. I had to put the sergeant on the phone with her so he could explain to her what it was. And then he gave me the phone back, and all I heard was, be safe. So I said, all right, don't worry about me. Worry about the Vietnamese. Worry about the enemy. Don't worry about me. So we take this oath to be into the military. We get online. There's guys in the line, Fort Dix, New Jersey, one guy after the other, after the other, after the other. About 4, 5, 6 guys ahead of me still. Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Now they're holding their papers. I don't think nothing of it. When it gets to me, he tells me Fort Jackson, South Carolina. I said, no, bro. I come from Brooklyn, New York. I'm in Fort Dix. No, you're going to Fort Jackson, South Carolina. I piss and moan a little bit, but I guess I'm stuck. Later on, I think they gave us dinner, they fed us, and we got on buses. I got on a bus. There's quite a few guys from New York, New Jersey. So I was comfortable. I was talking to them all day long. We were not friends, but we automatically were friendly. We were all in the same situation, come from the same neighborhoods. We got down there at night. It was pretty late. The bus opens up and we're getting off. People standing there in uniform screaming at us. Get in line, you punk bitches up. They're calling us everything under the sun. And they take us to a barracks. We go into this barracks, they call off names, and I go into this barracks and we're getting beds and little trunks that are in front of the bed. You put your clothes in there and you pick up their clothes, and the next day that we're doing that too. We're running around getting uniforms and clothes and this and that and the other thing, and everybody screaming all the time. When they wake up, guys come in screaming at the top of their lungs. I said, oh my God, I'm stuck in this place, I think. But I'll get out. I'll figure out something where I'll get out or I'll get transferred. They immediately start working with us. Things to do, a forced march. We're going to walk with this full pack and all this equipment for 4 or 5 miles. I was young. I was in very, very good shape. Didn't bother me too much. Some of the guys who were overweight and stuff were huffing and puffing and dying and moaning, and some of them laying on the floor. They just got there. There was these things you would grab and swing your way to get to the kitchen, parallel bars, I don't even know what, the monkey bars, I don't even know what they call them. Then we would go on jogs and we would do all kinds of things. I didn't mind it all that much for some reason. The rhetoric they were talking about, communism is coming here, the Vietnamese are coming here, they're going to rape your mother, your sister, this and that, you're going to be fighting for your country, and you. I bought all that bullshit. I didn't dislike it. We went to the rifle range showing how to shoot a rifle, going through this thing, there's machine guns and all kinds of stuff. They're shooting bullets. They're live bullets. They must be 8 feet over your head. They have traces that you could see them and you could hear them. So if you're supposed to be crawling, you crawl, don't get up. Even if you got up, you couldn't get hit, really. It just, when it's 8 feet over your head, you see this flash, it's dark, and you're crawling, and you could hear the bullets whizzing by. There's no way you're going to get up. I know I wasn't getting up. So it was an incredible experience. I called my mother, my father back. I had a brand new 1963 Chevy Impala Super Sport convertible at that time. My father put it in the garage, took the air out of the tires, disconnected the battery. He was going to keep it for me, real good. I did some boxing with them. I was on a team, and I would box. So I was having fun, actually. It was working out. It was making me stronger. We went into town a bunch of times. I told stories when I went into town. The women were there to just rob you. Not hookers, they would just con you into buying them drinks or doing this, that, and the other thing. Fights happened left and right all over the place. So there's a million things that we went through. And I told you the story once before when we were on KP and we're on a line. And I was right next to a black guy. I'm going to go through it quick. And they call him guy boy and this and that. They come to me. The guy throws the food on the tray. Whip it on me, boy. I hit him with the fucking thing. We got in trouble. and we were peeling potatoes. So I was in and out of trouble, but not serious trouble. It wasn't serious at all. Started going through jungle training. There was these little dolls that were up there, all tied up. And you would they put a bayonet on your rifle, and you would run into that dummy and start stabbing it, because now the enemy overran you, and it's now hand-to-hand combat. So they're teaching you how to kill. I was a street kid in a gang. I wasn't in the mafia yet, but I was in gangs. I get it. And I understood that this is, military. I'm learning the military. I actually started to like it. They would play the taps. I think it was 4 o'clock every day. Everything on the base stops. If you're in a car driving, you stop the car and you get out and you salute. And they're playing these taps. This is for people who have died in the military, fighting for our country. I got to say the truth, I think I became a little patriotic while I was in the military. I graduated after, I think it was 3 months, the infantry. And then I went to advanced. People went to advanced military, or they went into a tank platoon, or I went into communications. And I'm the guy running back and forth to the front line, going back to the major who was in charge and doing all these things. I had a good relationship with this major. And I was always a little bit of a clown. I fucked around with people and got a kick out of me. I laughed, we talked. I made a lot of friends. When we were able to go home on the weekends, we would go home, a couple of 4 or 5 guys together in the car. Somebody always had a car. It wasn't my car. So I would go home. I really want to remember this guy's name, but I'm having a hard time remembering. He was a Jewish guy. I was pretty friendly with him. Matter of fact, 2 Jewish guys. I was pretty friendly with them. And I met his mother one time. And he told her my name is Sammy. She assumed I was a Jew with that name, Sammy. It's a Jewish type of name, I guess. And she was treating me like her son. Matter of fact, when we would go back to the camp, we would stop there, he would open up a paper bag and say, my mother made you a sandwich. I think it was chicken with chicken fat or something. I never heard of it, but it was delicious, and I appreciate it. I think when she found out that I was Italian, a Gentile, they called her, I think she stopped making me sandwiches. But not really. She was a good woman. They were good people. There's another guy who became, he opened up this employment agency. His name I remember, Teddy Feldman. I became super friendly with him. Once or twice, somebody got a little cocky with him. And he was a little timid. And I kind of stuck my 2 cents in. And so he was close with me. Matter of fact, when I got out, he got me and my friends a job in a woman's shoe store. I think maybe you heard that story. I'm not sure. But he called me and told me, Sammy, I got this employment agency. Do you need a job? I said, yeah. Me and a couple of my friends, I'll tell you the truth. He got 4 or 5 of us a job in Baker Shoe Store. It's a woman's shoe store. It's a monstrous building, 4 or 5 stories high. There's a mezzanine, there's a basement, So all the guys would stay on line. When a woman came in, it was your turn, you took that woman. The next woman came in, the next guy took that one. Me and my friends were just thugs. As soon as I seen a good-looking woman come in, I would walk. I was 3rd or 4th. I would walk out. This is mine. No, it's my turn. I'm related to her. I'll take care of this. I wasn't related to her. So we had a blast. One day we were working. I had a woman that was trying the shoes on and stuff. And my friend Joe Vitale, you heard of him, was on the side of me. And a woman came in, He was measuring her feet. And I heard him asking her, my God, what size is your foot? And she told him, like, size 11. And he told the woman, you don't need a shoe store, you need a blacksmith. Well, me and my friends were just rolling on the floor. I mean, we couldn't even believe what he said. And it was hysterical. Now, I had a woman one day came in, and the women, they stay outside. Most of you women will understand. You stay outside and you pick shoes. You write down the number of the shoe and all this stuff, the size that you are, and you come in with a piece of paper. This woman came in with a piece of paper and gave me all these shoes. The number, the size, the color, and there was about 6, 7, 8 of them. So I went in the back, and I told the guy, where's all these shoes? He was like a manager. He says, oh, some of them are on the 3rd floor, some of them are in the basement, some is on the mezzanine. So I knew this was going to be like an Olympic fucking thing. I got to run all over the building to get this woman's shoes. She's going to try them on. I don't know if they're going to buy them or if she's not going to buy them. I had a cigarette and I killed a little time behind the wall. And I came back out. And I says, here. I gave her the paper back. We don't have any of them your size. Any of them? Yeah. But there's a guy over there. See that guy? That little fat bald guy? He does, sometimes he hides things. Give him that paper. I try to point her off. The store hired women to come in and see how they would be treated. And they could give you an evaluation of what you are as an employee. This was one of them. I got fired. And all my friends got fired because they obviously knew they had those shoes and I didn't do shit. So there's a whole bunch of things. But that's when I was young. I was back in now with the Rampers. But I want to go back to the military. The military, I got an honorable discharge. I did very well. I got in trouble a couple of times. But looking back, it was kid shit. It was nothing serious. I didn't go to the, get in that kind of trouble. So I was getting out with an honorable discharge. My mother, my father thought, my God, this is the best thing. I never accomplished anything. I got thrown out of school in the 8th grade. I got arrested a whole bunch of times. I was a fuck up. They were so excited that I had an honorable discharge. And they were going to throw me. My mother and father retired and they moved to Long Island. And they were going to throw me this big party in Long Island, a celebration. They were so proud of their son. And I knew it. And I loved that they finally had something that they could be proud of me. So I went home and I had my uniform on and my duffel bag. And I land, and I think it was JFK Airport, and I am walking, and a woman is screaming, you child killer, you this, you that. And she's with this other guy, a big tall guy, full beard, fat guy, big guy. And I don't know what she's yelling. So I look behind me. I mean, a child killer. Somebody behind me. They were having this revolt against the war. And I turn around again, and she's getting closer and closer to me, and she's staring at me. It's me she's talking about, child killer. The fuck are you talking about? I don't say it, I'm just thinking that. She gets real close to me, and she spits on me. I mean, a man-type spit. Dripping down my fucking arm. I want to hit her so bad, but I don't hit women. But my blood was boiling. Any man will tell you they don't like to be slapped or spit on. You could punch them in the fucking face, they'll fight. But spitting on a man or slapping him in his fucking face, men don't like that. I think I came real close to hitting her in the fucking face, but I didn't. I held back. Her fucking bull boyfriend or whatever he was getting closer. And I thought, I'm going to blast him so fucking hard. His mother's going to feel this pain. She's going to be holding her stomach. Oh my God, my son something happened. That's how hard I want to hit him. He's getting closer and closer too. But he gets closer that he's behind her. And he grabs her a little bit and he's pulling, come on, stop, enough. So I instantly, there's no reason for me to hit him. And I think, if I hit him, if I do all this thing happens here, I'm going to be arrested in this fucking airport. And my mother and my father with this whole party, I know what they'll say. He just can't control himself or he can't stop. I know what my father would say. He said it once before. He's just a bad kid. That's it. He's got a good heart. He's hot-tempered. And he's dangerous. And we don't know what to do with him. We love him. No matter how bad you are, a lot of parents, they always find something good about you. So I decided with that thought to walk away, to wipe the spit off my uniform on my arm, to look at him, grit my teeth. He knew I would love to fucking do this. But I walk away. It's not cowardice, I thought. I'm not afraid of him or her or both of them. I'm afraid of me. I'm afraid of what I'm going to do and the trouble I'm going to get in and the heartaches I'm going to give my family. So I walk quickly away from them. I go into a men's room and I wash that spit off. That's the way I ended in the military, and I'm back with the Rampers, like I said just now. I know I'm hopping around a little bit, but it's a long, long time ago. I'm 76. I was 19. I was 21 when I came out. A couple of years later, when I was 23, I hook up with Shorty Spiro, as you guys already know, and I'm in the Colombo family. I'm an associate in the Mafia. The only difference is I got a history in gangs in the street. But I'm trained to be a killer as well in the military. I don't ever focus on people with that training. It was always the enemy. But I had a little more training in me. So that's a little bit of a military story. There's a lot of little things that happen in the military with me, little stupid things. Maybe at another time I'll explain some of those things. And I hope you like this. I hope you subscribe. It's real important for all of us if you subscribe, because I go forward in different areas. I'm able to do more for your enjoyment. I was thinking how to say goodbye in a military term. I usually say adios, but I'm not doing that. So, I don't know how the military says goodbye. So let me get back to what I'm supposed to do. Adios, motherfucker.